the youth fair since 2007, and today we're here to give you some showmanship training tips to better prepare you to move from the practice pen to the show ring. Showmanship was designed to teach us to properly fit and maneuver our horses. It can help to build a strong foundation between horse and rider. And by working consistently with our horse on the ground, it can also help to build a foundation of respect between the horse and the rider. And this can translate directly into under-saddle work. Any size horse or pony can excel in any showmanship pattern. Even Gucci's 86-inch long body can precisely maneuver through a showmanship pattern. So today, we're going to work through each basic showmanship maneuver, talk about how to put the maneuvers together to perform a pattern, and talk about how to make a great first impression when you go to the show.
Showmanship consists of several basic maneuvers that when put together form the showmanship pattern. These maneuvers include the walk, trot, halt, setup, back, and pivot. First, we will talk about leading our horse at a walk. The horse should be wearing proper showmanship equipment, such as this Western halter. We will talk about what exactly to wear later on. The chain should be secured by running through the ringlet on the left side of the noseband, under the chin, through the ringlet on the right of the noseband, and secured at the ring on the horse's right cheek. There should be about 4 inches of chain between the leather part of the lead and the halter. You can have excess chain removed at the hardware store for a neater appearance, or you can simply fold over the chain at the right cheek, like so. The lead strap should be loosely coiled in your left hand, while your right hand holds the horse near the halter. Your right hand should be positioned on the lead like so. When leading, it is important to have your body positioned at the horse's throat latch. Walking in front of or behind your horse's throat latch is unacceptable and dangerous. Your elbows should be at a 90-degree angle from your upper arm. The walk should be brisk and ground covering. It should show confidence in the handler. To practice the walk, simply travel in a circle. Practice going in both directions. When traveling clockwise, you will have to take longer strides since you are on the outside of the circle. When traveling counterclockwise, you will have to take shorter strides and encourage your horse to take longer strides by gently nudging with your right hand. A common mistake by riders is to look at the ground when leading. Remember, chin up, arms at a 90-degree angle, and walk with purpose. Next, we will talk about leading our horse at a trot. To transition from the walk to the trot, I prepare my horse by first alerting him that a transition is coming. I do this by tapping on the chain once or twice. He is now listening. When I extend my arms outward and start running, Gucci begins to trot beside me. If your horse does not trot off immediately, it is okay. Do not get frustrated, as this will teach your horse to dislike trotting beside you. He may begin to pin his ears and balk at each trot cue, so remember to remain calm. If he doesn't trot off right away, gently tap his shoulder with your extra leather lead in your left hand and repeat the cue. Once the trot takeoff is successful, stop and say, "Good boy." Once we are able to effectively depart the trot by bringing our arms forward and running beside our horse, we are ready to practice trotting for a longer period of time. Do the same practice exercise as at the walk. Practice trotting in a circle, going both directions. Alter your stride length as needed to stay next to your horse's throat latch, keeping in mind that the trot is also ground covering. The common mistake that riders make is leaning too far forward while running or doing a fake run by their horse. Remember to run tall and naturally. I even was told by a judge recently that his greatest pet peeve is when girls, especially tall ones, shrink by 5 inches when running. It is important to run tall, at our horse's throat latch, and with our arms at a 90-degree angle slightly in front of our body. Now we will talk about the halt. When stopping our horse, it is important that the horse stops when we stop. This is again for safety and respect purposes. The halt must be straight and timely. To stop Gucci, I rock back slightly before closing my feet. This tells Gucci to stop and square his feet on the next stride. This is what the rock step looks like. As you approach the area that you want to stop, lean slightly back as you take a step with your right foot and close your feet as you move your left foot. There are many ways to halt a horse. The rock step is just how I have taught Gucci. The thing to remember is to have your horse halt straight and at the same time that you do. Now, we will talk about the setup. The setup in showmanship pattern comes after we halt in front of the judge. To set up a quarter horse or a stock breed, we want the feet square, meaning that the 2 front feet and 2 back feet should be side by side. For Arabians, the front feet should be square and one leg should be camped out. For the remainder of teaching the setup, I'm only going to refer to setting up a stock breed. To set up, try to square the hind legs first. I simply move Gucci's feet backwards until he is square. You can pull your horse's foot forward to square it, but if your horse takes a full step forward, like Gucci commonly does, then you could risk getting too close to the judge. For an advanced showman, your goal is to set up your horse in 1 or 2 foot motions, meaning that the horse only moves his legs once or twice before being square. Some horses even stop square. For a novice rider, your goal is to set up your horse in 3 to 5 foot motions. The setup should be straight and brisk. To perfect the setup, you must practice often. Some horses enjoy being set up more than others. Gucci does not prefer to stand square, so our setups normally take a little longer than I would like. To practice, resume the circle drill. When you halt, turn briskly, maintaining an upright body position. Point your feet towards your horse's feet, and tap your horse's chain until he is square. When you are practicing, it is okay if the setup takes a little longer. Gradually, it will become faster. If the horse gets frustrated, however, just walk off and try again. It is better to start over trying to set up than to make the horse confused and frustrated. When you are at a show, you will set up your horse for a judge, and the judge will give an inspection. Take your horse directly to the judge and not yourself. Stop at least 1 arm's length in front of the judge and then set up. When you are ready for inspection, nod to the judge, and then the judge will walk around your horse to inspect how clean and prepared your horse is. As the judge walks around, it is important to note that you never want to be in the judge's space, but also want to be able to make eye contact with the judge. For this, I break the horse into 4 quadrants: ahead of the shoulder on the left and right, and behind the shoulder on the left and right. If the judge is in front of the shoulder, you want to be on the opposite side of the judge. If the judge is behind the shoulder, you want to be on the same side as the judge. As the judge walks around the horse, it is important that you move briskly around your horse as the judge changes quadrants. To change sides in front of your horse, drop your right hand on the lead slightly, and always keeping your toes pointed at your horse's toes, step, cross, step in front of your horse. When you change sides, check your horse's feet to make sure that he didn't step out of the square position. If your horse steps out of the setup during inspection, correct him immediately. Common mistakes made during inspection are moving late from one side to the other based on the judge's position and leaning too far back. It is important to remain straight and move around briskly when the judge crosses either shoulder line or the tail line. Next, we will talk about backing. To back your horse, simply turn and walk backwards. Your feet should not be pointing at your horse's feet, but should be parallel with your horse. Take clear, purposeful strides. A common mistake is to shuffle backwards, like this. That does not look very neat. Your right arm should be across your chest like this. Last, we will talk about pivots. This maneuver is the most feared by riders, and it takes a great deal of practice. Pivoting on the ground will only help pivoting on the horse. To pivot, turn your body to face your horse's neck and walk directly into your horse. Your horse should get out of your space. You want the right hind leg to stay stationary and the left hind to cross over the right hind. The horse's body should remain straight. Again, take purposeful strides during the pivot. A common mistake is to push your horse backwards when asking for a pivot, but a pivot is actually a forward motion. The right hind leg must remain straight up and down. If it appears to be leaning too far back, correct it by pulling your horse forward. If the leg appears to be leaning too far forward, correct it by pushing the horse back. When you are starting your horse with a pivot, it is important to go slow. If your horse holds his right hind stationary for one crossover, say good boy. Gradually, you will be able to go faster as your horse learns to keep his leg in place. Again, do not get frustrated. The horse does not know what you are asking for right away. It takes 250 repetitions for a horse to learn anything. If you need to, you can put your right hand on your horse's shoulder to push him over at first. Once your horse starts to move away from you, have both hands on the lead and walk into your horse. Remember, speed and accuracy will come. It all takes time. Now that we have learned all of the showmanship maneuvers, we are going to put them together in a pattern. When you get to a show, a showmanship pattern will be posted. At home, you can practice all of the elements in random order, making sure that your body position and cues remain clean and accurate. If this is our pattern, the key is going to be straight lines, precise transitions, and brisk movements. Walk from A until horse's hip is in line with the judge. Practice using peripheral vision to tell when you are straight with the judge. Do a 90-degree pivot only. Back 2 horse lengths, meaning 8 strides, go right into a 270 degrees, and trot off. As you are coming into the judge, look ahead so that you approach the judge with your horse straight. Do not slow down as you trot, as in the approach to the judge. You can even speed up a little. Stop 1 arm's length from the judge and set up as fast as possible. Nod to the judge when you are ready for inspection and move around your horse's head as the judge changes quadrants. If the judge asks, "How are you?" say, "I'm very good, thank you." Be pleasant and courteous. Be prepared to answer questions that are required to know your back number, your horse's breed, coloring, height, etc. You may even be asked to recite the 4-H pledge. When the judge says thank you may just be dismissed. Say "Yes, ma'am" or "Yes, sir" and continue the pattern. As you leave the arena, look back at the judge 1 time. Each pattern comes with its particular challenges, but always remember straight lines, brisk transitions, look ahead, and keep a tall body position. These are all musts. Finally, I want to talk about first impression. Showmanship is typically the first class at a show, so this is your time to make a great impression. This starts with attire. Make sure your horse's halter is well fitted. To learn how to fit a Showmanship halter, go to this link. Your attire should be clean and well fitted. For Western, you should wear Showmanship or dress pants that match your boot color. Your top should be well fitted and clean. It should also match your pants. For Hunt Seat, you can wear clean hunt boots, clean breeches, a clean collared shirt, and a clean hunt jacket with your black hunt helmet. For Saddle Seat, you should wear a clean saddle seat outfit. Roses on the jacket are no longer needed. Your hair should be neat and tidy. If your hair is short, have it all up into your headgear. If your hair is long, put it in a bun with a hairnet, like this. Also, girls, don't wear too much makeup. You want it to look clean and natural. Remember that you are showing off your horse. Keep the eye makeup to a minimum. A little foundation, mascara, and a neutral lip tone is sufficient. For more tips on how to dress and present yourself in the show ring, please see the video at this link. Holly Hover, equine clinician, talks about common mistakes made in showmanship attire and behavior.
In conclusion, showmanship takes time and effort, so remember not to get frustrated. Practice makes perfect. Practicing with your horse on the ground is just as important as riding, so remember to make it a part of your daily routine. Good luck, and I'll see you at fair.
Found myself today, I took my cross